everyone. Welcome to Doing Time with the Darlings. Welcome, crew. So tonight, you guys, we're gonna do like kind of a family mukbang. We've actually been challenged by Kindelle from Kindelles Korner. So shout out to Kindelle. Love you, girl. Wonderful. Say hello, Kindelle.
Say hello, Kindelle.
Everybody say hello. So she's wonderful. Kindelle's one of our biggest supporters. And she's just wonderful. She really likes what we're trying to do with our channel.
Come here.
So
come here.
She
Let's
challenged
pray.
us to this, and we're gonna throw a few more challenges out. So, you guys, I was gonna make spaghetti, but it was getting kind of late, and we had to pick him up and all that. So we ended up stopping and grabbing
Come here, Mia.
Chinese food. So we're gonna do kind of a Chinese mukbang. Daddy, show your plate. Brother, show yours. Yeah.
I get
so we're
the big
gonna
plate.
do kind of a Chinese mukbang here while we're
Sesame chicken and pepper
answering.
chicken.
Yes.
There she is.
While we're answering our challenge questions. So we're really excited about this. So this is our first challenge. So we're gonna go ahead and pray.
You gonna pray? Dear God, bless Mommy
And Daddy.
and brother and Sissy
And me
and Papa and Nana and Mia Faith. Now, Mommy. Now you're all camera shy. Go ahead, Mommy.
Thank you, dear God, for this food. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Well, at least we got one of those.
Amen. Yes, we got one.
Okay.
So,
Go and eat, son.
yes, go ahead and eat some.
Starving.
So, yeah, we were trying to set up the camera and stuff. You know what I mean? Daddy was trying to get it all set up. So Daddy get some, what'd you get? Some
Pepper chicken.
We got
sesame
some
chicken.
sesame chicken and some, don't do that. It's enough for you.
I'm not shy when I eat.
So, it's Sunday evening here, you guys. We just saw the Broncos lose just right now. The game ended. So, anyways, we're going to get to first question. So, first question of our challenge was, what inspired you to make YouTube videos? Do you want to go first? Because we're kind of separately inspired, so which is an awesome thing. You want me to go?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I would say my absolute favorite YouTuber to watch would be Liv's Life. I love her. I think she's awesome. She's funny. She's, you know what I mean? I just love her. So I was working out one day and I started thinking about it, and I started thinking about what Mike and I have been through in our life and how we can get him out there and our life out there to share, because I think it's awesome and we have a great love story. So that inspired me. I do think that God gave this for me to do. So Kindelle from Kindelles Korner, when you talk about it kind of helps you with your depression, and I totally agree. I feel more connected to people. It's hard being a stay-at-home mom when Mike's working, so many hours, 6 days a week. So I feel more connected. Like I have a job to do. I think that it's awesome. I've caught so many different things that on video that if I wasn't vlogging our life a little more, that I would have met. That's really what inspired me to make videos. Daddy?
Swallowing.
Oh.
Mine is my speeches. Really trying to get my message out there. I think what I have to say from my past, all the time I've done, right to the life I live right now. I just think there's a lot of people that need to hear it. Whether you come from my background or you don't. It's just really just about making it in this world. Doesn't matter what side of the tracks you come from. It doesn't. But I just think mine's got a little extra kick to it because of where I come from and because of the battles I've had since I've been home. But there haven't really been battles. We've struggled, but there really haven't been no battles. I haven't had to fight for a job. We've had a lot of struggles. It was hard for me to get a job when I first came home. And yeah, I had the experience, But figured 12 and a half years I was laying dormant. I was locked up. A lot of stuff changed in my line of work. But
that was a big thing for him when he came home because so much had changed in his line of work that it was kind of overwhelming because everything was now sensors and computerized, and he's the man that gets with it with tools in his hands and his body mechanics, and that's it. There was no tool, computer stuff before.
it wasn't like that when I went in. But like I said, I've worked. When I come home, I was doing temp service. Made $8.43 an hour. That's what I made. And then I would grab every side job I could get. And I just kept applying and applying at places. I had a lot of places that told me, man, we really want you. And it wasn't even that I'd been gone so long. It was the tool factor. I had no tools because I lost all that. But I worked at a place, auto logistics. And they hired me as a tire tech. I did it for 2 nights. And so on my 3rd night, there was this old Mac, just in pieces. And they'd asked me to put it back together. One of my good friends, Willie, and my boss at the time, Bruce, was a good dude. They both opened up their toolboxes to me and said, put this back together. Put it back together.
Want to come over here?
And that's what got me in the shop. They let me work out of their toolboxes and I built mine. And I was buying from everywhere, flea markets, garage sales, Craigslist.
Sending Mama to Colorado Springs.
I remember I sent her to Colorado Springs because there was a dude. His story was he was sick, was trying to sell the stuff, whatever. I never cared about no one's stories. I'm sure some of the stuff I bought may have even been stolen. Don't know. But there was a whole toolbox full of tools, sent Mama to get it. And I just was buying and built as I went until I made it to where I am now. I'm fortunate for the line of work I'm in. My past doesn't really hinder it. I thought it might where I currently work, but it didn't. But that's my drive. I really want my speeches to take off. I don't care if I talk to one person, 100 or 1,000 people. It doesn't matter how many I talk to. I just believe I have a lot to offer. That's my drive. Why I want to do the videos.
I think if Mike can honestly, truly help one person, why would he not do that and wants to do that? Do I think he has the ability to help thousands of people? I do. So
Good girl.
you guys, we got some shrimp.
You got a whole puzzle.
These look a little hard. We went to the Dollar Scoop Chinese over here, but they're bomb. And
Best place ever.
Yeah. So they look a little hard, but they're okay. I'm gonna make some.
And crab cheese wontons.
Crab
Is that what they're called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really good.
I want it.
Hmm?
I want it.
Are you gonna eat?
No? Okay.
That's a me of faith here.
It's all right.
I hope.
It's all right.
Where does Colorado go for the biggest selection and the best deals on flooring?
What's the next question?
Now get 3 rooms
So you guys, second question.
installed for just $5.99.
What message are you trying to get across in your videos? So for me, obviously it's more family and all about Mike. So
Again, what I have to offer on the side of
incredible.
people with my background, I know how tough it can be. A lot of people don't like putting their past on the paper when they're applying for a job. I have a buddy that won't do it. Granted, there's a lot of people that end up knowing about his past. But me, I put it all out there. I hide nothing. When we got this house right here, I remember that day we came and looked at it. Me was only like 3-4 months old. It was very cold out that day. But anyway, the old man walked us around, showed us the place. Of course, we loved it. And he was liking us. We stood right over there in our dining room now, And I remember I told him, I said, look, there's a couple things I want you to know. I told him about my past, who I ran with, about all my time in prison, because I didn't want to hide that from him. He was taken back by it. I remember Beck was even worried. She was afraid, should I have told him that? And I said, yes. Because everything I've gotten since I've been home has been because I'm straightforward. It's been because of honesty. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't hide shit from nobody. So he needed time to think about it. You know, he showed up at Beck's work the next day. She found it kind of weird. I didn't, because I met the old man. I see how he is, and he's just, that's just him. It was just his way of just being thorough. And his only question to Beck was, is Mike retired from that lifestyle? She said yes. And so he gave us the place. All my jobs, I've always told them everything, all the way back to when I was 15. Do I have to? No. I don't even think sometimes, I don't even think where I currently work, they've ever read it. They know about it because in an interview I'll talk about it. But I always put down what I did. And I remember even my PO once said, do you think you need to be so honest sometimes? And I told her, I said, yes, I do. I said, because look what it's gotten me. Because if a company ever told me that they don't want me working for them because of my past, I'm okay with that. I'm not this guy that's going to go out and sue for whatever bullshit people sue for today. I am okay with the fact of someone not liking me and not want me in their company. I am cool with that. I'm going to say, okay, thank you. And I'm going to leave. I'm okay with that. There's people I don't like. I wouldn't want them to work with me just because I don't like them. So I'm okay with that. Everyone should be okay with that. So I don't want to get off track here. So my message is just, especially for guys like me, don't give up. Granted, I was fortunate when I went in
Always have a choice.
because I had the skills before I went in of what I do. I have some partners that come out, they don't really have no skills. But it doesn't mean you're not going to make it, because you're always going to make it. The system can push you and push your buttons. And I met so many guys that come back to prison saying, oh, my PO pushed me to this. Okay, nobody pushes you to do anything. You choose to do it. Yeah, there's some fucked up POs out there, but there's also some real good ones. I mean, you got good and bad people in all crowds. It's up to you whether or not you're gonna act on that. Just
Your choice.
do you.
Your decision.
Just do you. And they're not. No one is gonna give you anything, but get out there and work for it. I went from $8.43 an hour to this in less than 4 years. Well, really less than 3 years. And so it's possible. And then just not even having to deal with my criminal past or anything in my past. How I live my life and the code that I live by may not be for everybody, but I think a lot of people can take something from it. Because my views and my outlooks on a lot of things is straightforward. It might be a little hardcore, but it's what I believe in. I live my life one way. I will not alter it for no one or nothing. I'm not going to conform to the way a lot of shit is run today. I'm just not going to do it. Don't care what I have to lose or gain. I'm just not going to do it. I just have a lot of good.
He wants a flip phone, so he doesn't,
I do.
really doesn't
I
want
love
to
shit the
convert.
old way. A lot of stuff in our world today really sucks.
Yeah.
It really does. But it is what it is. We got to try to get through it best we can.
Yes.
So, I just have a lot of good shit to say. A lot of good shit to share. I really believe I do.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Our new windows are easy to use and keep
Kindelle, you should have made these questions harder. These are too easy.
I don't know if Kindelle, you'll have to let us know, because I think it's somebody that challenged Kindelle. So, Kindelle, let us know, like, who came up with the challenge, or you know what I mean? So back to the challenge. Third question is, what our username means. So, our doing time with the darlings. Go ahead, Mike. No, you rambling good tonight. He doesn't get to be home and ramble very often, so when I get him on a
Obviously.
good rant, man.
Obviously, doing time with the darlings.
We're the darlings.
Obviously, because we're the darlings. Because of my past. It's our what's the word I'm looking for? It's our model's not the right word. It's our catchphrase. There's a term I'm looking for. Obviously, for me and Beck's past, all the time I've done, she was at home. My time is a huge part of our
I know
life.
what you mean.
Obviously, because I was gone for so long. My time affected everybody around me.
He has tattoo time. You know what I mean?
It's what it is. And so doing time with the Darlings is just, I don't know.
Come do some time with us. See what, like in our description, if you read like in our about on our YouTube channel, I think it was awesome what we put. I couldn't tell you word for word, but like Mike said, our lives went from running wild to running errands. So now come help us, come join us while we do our errands and
run our family.
yes.
And of course, on the beginning of all our videos, you see all the money falling and the sirens. Okay? Because I was convicted of robbing banks and the money falling. That's how all that plays into it.
Which I think was awesome. I found the money falling and so.
I never make a joke about what I did, ever. But I don't hide from it either. I know I affected a lot of people in my life. Whether it was a teller, that teller's husband or wife, kids, whatever. I don't make a joke about it, and I'll never joke about it. But I do use it because it's a big part of my life. Everything I did back then is who I am today. And so I think we used it in good taste because everybody that knows me knows my past. Even still to this day when I'm at work, every now and then, I have a lot of people make jokes about me as far as the robbing of the banks or the money or this or what I used to do. But I don't take offense to it because it's who and what I was. So that's how it came out, or came to be.
You have to really forgive us, especially, oh my gosh, you guys, we have like these awful colds, awful, terrible colds. So I'm like sniffling and coughing.
You're hearing a lot of fucking booger gurgling going on right
I'm
now.
like, actually, we're like the ones like, obviously, like, oh my gosh, for a couple days now. Baby's good, and son's good, so Danielle's sick too. Big Sissy's sick too, so forgive us because I'm all yucky, but. So, fourth question is, what inspires you to keep making videos when you haven't found success yet?
Want me to go or you go?
You're on the right. You're on a good run. Yeah.
Read it one more time.
What inspires you to keep making videos when you haven't found success yet?
Well, see, to me, I already have found success. As far as my videos, every time someone watches watches my speech, every time I get a shout out about that speech, anytime someone talks to me about my past, and tell it was me.
I think it's really neat that Mike has taken like his past, which was so negative and full of, you know what I mean, like, and has now turned it into something where this is going to become like our new life, is like helping people not live his past and learn from maybe his mistakes at 20 to a kid that he's talking to that's 20, 25, even 30, and not somebody he's trying to talk to at 50 that it takes to, and even if they do get it right at 50, then it's still worth it. But how awesome it would be to, I think it's so neat that he gets to use his life and his trials and tribulations in his life into something so positive years and years, more than a decade later. So. So, next question. What software do you use? Oh, this is all mommy.
I have an iPhone, that's all I can tell you.
So, and you guys, I want to get one of those Canon 7s, what is it, Canon GX7 or something. Oh my gosh, but that's okay. I use my iPhone, and to do all the editing on my videos, I use, is it pronounced Velo? V-L-L-O. I'll put a little
Velo.
icon, I believe it's Velo. I did through there pay the, you guys, I think it was like $10 for access to like everything, stickers, music, everything. So it was totally worth it, and I dig it, and I love it. And there's a million different options in there as far as editing stuff, really fun stuff, cute stuff. And it was a one-time. It's not a reoccurring monthly, so I really enjoyed using that. To do all my thumbnails, I had a hard time I had a harder time doing thumbnails and figuring those out. So for my thumbnails, I use Phonto, Phonto, and it took me a while to figure that out too. That one also, I think I paid $6 or $7 for like unlimited everything, which was a one time. So it was definitely worth to spend $20 to get both those apps, you guys. So. What video, next question, what video are you most proud of? And I would have to say that we definitely share in what video we're most proud of. So.
Which is my speech. I mean, of course we love all the videos we make of us.
But proud
would be my speech.
Chest out.
But other than my speech, so far my favorite ones is our camping trip. Because it was just an awesome, awesome time. Awesome. It was so much fun. We had a ball.
We did we had more fun than the law allows. Okay?
Yeah.
Like we had that much fun. Yeah.
But as far as my favorite video, naturally would be my speech.
Ditto. I just think, in fact, when Mike had his speech that day, we met his parole officer after, and she was, just so proud of him, just so proud of him. But I had made him this little can of worms with gummy worms coming out.
We'll put it in one of the videos so you can see it.
Yeah, it was really cute with like a certificate. I forget what I put. Can of worms certificate for opening
With this
a new
speech,
can
I've
of
opened
worms.
up a new can of worms.
Yeah, for our life, and like a little thing I put in there, so it was cute.
It's awesome.
Yes. Okay, last question. Why should anyone subscribe to my channel?
One?
Awesome.
Of course. Every one of us that are out there right now in YouTube land. Obviously, we all think we're awesome, we're funny. We laugh at ourselves. We love what we talk about. How can anybody else not like that? That's why we're all here.
Because we have a blast together.
You're not here to get rich, not here to get famous.
No.
Yeah, you're trying to get subscribers, but you're just trying to reach more people. That's it. Because it's not about the money.
We're not in a position.
It'll never be about the money.
First time in my life where it's not been about the money. Like, we don't need it for the first time
because I make good money.
Life. Yeah, so.
And so it's not the money.
We're really just trying to help people, and man.
I just want so bad.
I
just want so bad to talk to as many people as I can. I don't mind doing it over camera, over YouTube, doesn't bother me. But I really love face to face. That's what it's about. I have a lot to offer. I just do. You want a bite? All right, right over there. Go grab it.
She's on no sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe 10 minutes because Daddy took her to Dave & Buster's.
We had a date today.
Yeah, so.
Beat this girl down.
Yeah.
She is physically done.
Yeah.
You want a milk? Okay. You want to go get it? Can brother get it for Daddy?
No, Daddy.
All right, give me a minute. Let me take another bite. And so, I think we have a real kick-ass family, man. I think how we carry ourselves and what we believe in and what we preach is good stuff. It's not going to be for everybody.
And also, I would say, why should...
Go
ahead, babe. As far as me, why should anybody subscribe to our channel? I think Mike and I have led quite a life on both sides, together and apart, separate. at all times in our life. So I think we have a lot to offer for helping people. I think it'd be neat to share our lives with some young people that maybe are going through the same situations. Maybe there's some women out there, husbands in prison, this and that. Man, been there, done that. Let me tell you about that. So I want to actually make a video pretty soon, you guys, about some deeper things. Maybe I would really like to do, I know Mike wants to do a video on some like Section 8 stuff, that kind of thing, disability, that kind of stuff. I would like to do a video on,
And one on
like, mental
lazy
abuse,
workers.
Lazy workers.
Today's society.
Yes.
Oh, I can keep going.
Kindelle, I have to tell you that Mike and I agreed when we watched your video that you shouted us out and gave us a challenge in. Kindelle, we totally agreed with, you had mentioned that people today lack love and consideration for others, and it's so sad. It pulls at my heartstrings, breaks my heart, because it is so true. So true. So if we can all love each other out there a little more, and be good to each other a little more, and be nicer to each other a little more, and understand each other a little more, I think the world will be a better place. So,
Of course it would.
all in all, that's what Mike and I are trying to do.
Because we all should be able to get along. Doesn't matter our backgrounds. Doesn't matter how we live, what we do for a living. It shouldn't matter if you're rich or poor. And of course the big one, the race. Why anybody even still gives a fuck about any of that, I don't know. Yeah, okay, everybody's experienced discrimination. All of us, every one of us. I'm just talking about the deep-rooted hate. We're living off shit that's just, it's no more, yeah. There's still bad apples in every group. I don't care what race you are, there's still bad apples in every one.
And always will be.
You know, and the hell with them.
But in every single race.
I don't care about any of that. I care about the respect. That is the biggest thing in my life, is respect. That's what I'm always telling my son. That's what I teach my daughter. That's what I taught my older kids. Respect is everything. Period. There's nothing else. Because with the right respect, everything else falls into place. And when it comes to your family, respect is huge. Loyalty is huge. Just your loving family is what it's all about. But when I'm out, whether it's driving, going to a convenience store, or a mall, or even at work, and I'm surrounded by so many of, not just today's generation, which today's generation can really get me going, but just people that are just, man, they're so fucking rude anymore, and it really bugs me.
Everybody on the phone, everybody
Because
on the phone.
I'm always going to be that guy to get the door from somebody. I'm going to hold it when I see someone walking. I'm always going to say, excuse me. I'm that guy at a traffic light or a stop sign that's going to go and wave the other person in, or let somebody onto the highway. And nobody does that anymore, and it just infuriates me, because everybody's in such a fucking hurry. They're busy in their phones.
Can't say nobody,
They're
but
just
very few.
Very few.
Like you said, Kindelle, very few.
And it's just
Love and
what for? Why is everybody in
consideration.
such a rush? That's what I told Beck. That's the first thing I noticed when I came home. Because when I came home, my first 4 or 5 months, I wasn't allowed to drive. I had to take the bus. I was taking the bus and the light rail, which was awesome. But I remember telling her the first thing I noticed when I was getting on the buses and the light rails is nobody does this anymore. Nobody talks. Nope, there's no interaction. Everybody's like this. Everybody. And I remember sitting there next to my buddy Greg, and we were heading to work, and I remember I looked at him and I was like, look at all these people. I said, nobody looks at each other or talks anymore. Everybody's like this. You go downtown or anywhere into a mall or a street, everybody's walking and doing this. You might look up just see where they're going. Me and Beck were downtown one time. We were at the Snooty Motel, the Brown Palace. We weren't staying there, we were driving by. But of course it's the Brown Palace, and they have like a big awning that goes across the street. and we got stopped for some rich people. I don't hate on rich people. I'm gonna tease the hell out of them because that's what I do. But we got stopped, and I remember I was like, why do I gotta stop for this dude? But I did. And so, but what I noticed when I'm sitting there, I was like, man, look at that family. There was mom, dad, and I don't know, maybe it was 2, 3, maybe 4 kids. And they're all standing there in one circle. And you know what they all were doing? Was this. They weren't talking, they weren't doing nothing. They were standing together, but they were so far apart from each other. But I see it in restaurants. I see it everywhere. Me and Becker were at Red Lobster the other week. I meant to bring it up during dinner, but I didn't because they were sitting pretty close to us.
Yeah.
But we had this couple. We were sitting this way, and they were here. And the man was on his phone 90% of the time, and their conversation was really, yeah. And I'm just, man, who wants to live like that? I cannot live like that.
No, I can't.
I like to talk. I'm texting.
We got the gift of gab.
Of course, I text back. She's the only one that's ever going to get that many texts out of me in a lifetime. Because we text each other a lot when I'm at work. I mean, I'll text my buddies, but sometimes it'll come to a point, and I just, fuck this, and I call them, I said, man, enough of this texting. Let's talk. Even though it's over the phone, at least we're talking, we're having a conversation. And so, there's so many things I don't agree with in this world, so many. And it's just, I'm stuck in the 70s and 80s, stuck. Especially when it comes to the music. We had the greatest music in the 80s. But anyway, I just, man.
And like Kindelle said, paper. Oh my God.
Yes.
So I'm a paper whore. I
love paper.
Notebooks and paper. Oh my God, 80s.
At work, I love my paperwork. I don't like computer work. I would rather have paperwork and files, and that's how I work.
At work. Mine's all computer.
But the world changes, and I get it. But how we treat each other, and how they feel entitled. I'm not down with that shit, because ain't a motherfucker anywhere's entitled to nothing. You work for it. That's what you do. You work for it. So, I got some pretty strong opinions on a lot of this stuff. We won't get all crazy tonight. But that's
what we're going to do. Oh, she got to go potty.
You gotta go potty?
We're going to pause this anyway. So, we finished eating because she had to stop and go potty. So, now we're doing this. She just fell and hit her head. And
She's alright. She's got a tough head.
tell everybody bye.
Can you say bye?
Say bye.
Tell them about our live.
So you guys, we want to do a live sometime this week, like a live Q&A. So I will post a premiere or something, maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. So we will let you guys know, and hopefully everybody can join. So come watch us do it live.
And don't be afraid to.
Written down.
Don't be afraid to ask us anything.
Anything.
Especially with me, there's not one thing I will not talk about. There are some things.
Brother, you want to grab a milk? Oh, you know what?
There are some things I won't talk about as far as who I used to run with back in the day. But most of you don't really know about that. I can talk about the lifestyle.
You see all
But
this?
very tired. That's not for selfish reasons. That's just because it's the way it is. But there is no question I want unanswered. Don't care if it's about my past.
We are not shy.
My opinions on things. But all I tell people, if you ask me a question, I don't sugarcoat it. I'm going to give you the straight up truth. Period. I'm not going to sit here and think, is this the politically correct way to answer it? Is this the nice way to answer it?
It's going to be us.
I'm going to be me always. Some people hate it. Some people respect it. But one thing everybody agrees on is the truth. Always. Whether you agree with it or not. So, we hope you tune in. We'd like to get to know some of you. And then you can get to know us a little bit more.
Awesome.
Yep.
So thanks for watching, you guys. I got a ton of mommy chores to do, and let me show you. Let me show how it's looking right now. Mommy got some dinner to clean up. We got some puzzle mess. You guys, we don't ever have dishes in our sink. Oh my gosh. Look, Mommy just got stuff everywhere. Mommy got a mess, so I don't ever have dishes in my sink like this, ever. So, Mommy's freaking out a little bit.
Because you were sleeping.
So, thanks for watching, everyone. Come join us for our live Q&A later this week. So I'll let you guys know when. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a
Thanks
nice
for
week.
watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Say
Say
bye.
bye. Later. Bye, Felicia. Bye.
If you call shotgun
That's Felicia.